Alexis Mac Allister pays emotional tribute as Liverpool star's brother makes Argentina debut. Alexis Mac Allister paid an emotional tribute to his brother Kevin after seeing him make his international debut. The Liverpool midfielder was given the chance to play alongside his older brother as Argentina faced Angola in a friendly on Friday. The reigning world champions ran out 2-0 winners thanks to goals from Lautaro Martinez and Lionel Messi. Mac Allister started the friendly in Talatona, which was played to mark Angola's 50th anniversary of independence from Portugal. Messi was of course the main attraction for the more than 50,000 spectators in attendance, although the game will hold added significance for the Red Star. Mac Allister was joined on the pitch by his older brother during the second half, with the Union St. Gilloise defender handed his first call-up by Lionel Scaloni at the age of 28 as he replaced Giovanni Lo Celso on the hour mark. The pair played around 25 minutes together before the younger Mac Allister made way with 5 minutes to go, a short time after Messi had doubled the visitors' lead, and the Liverpool midfielder reflected on Kevin's landmark moment after the game. "For me, seeing him is the most beautiful thing," Mac Allister said in a press conference. "I know very well everything he fought for to get to this place, everything he dreamed of. The fact that he's making his debut today makes me very happy. I think it's been a very positive week for him, and well, that's the most important thing." The Mac Allister brothers have played on opposite sides in the past, with the pair meeting when Liverpool face USG during the Europa League group stages in 2023. Kevin will now hope he can secure a place alongside his brother in Argentina's World Cup squad next year in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Reflecting on playing against Alexis, Kevin told FlashScore last month, "I usually never go out before kickoff, but that day I wanted to. I waited for Alexis on the pitch, messaged him to hurry up. We shared a mate, drink, at Anfield, that gave me goosebumps. It was one of the best moments of my career. Playing with or against your brother is something you never forget." Arne Slot slammed for Andy Robertson decision as Virgil van Dijk handed next Liverpool warning. Virgil van Dijk has been told his position at Liverpool could be in question following Arne Slot's handling of Andy Robertson. The reigning league champions forked out $52 million, £40 million, for Milos Kerkez's services from Bournemouth this past summer, and the 22-year-old began the season as Slot's first-choice left-back. Despite the impressive season the Hungarian had with the Cherries in the 24-25 campaign, it's been a tough start to life at Anfield for Kerkez, who has yet to showcase the form he showed last season. His struggles, coupled with Robertson's impressive cameos off the bench, has seen Kerkez drop to the bench for Liverpool's last 3 games, with the Scotsman returning to the Robertson of old. While the 31-year-old has reclaimed his spot in the starting 11, the initial decision to place him on the substitutes bench was criticised by ex-Chelsea star Pat Nevin, who slammed Slot's handling of the club's vice-captain. Speaking to Casino Hawks, the former Scotland international said, "I think Robbo has been quite poorly treated there for a little while this season. I think, and he's been an absolute, staggeringly good professional throughout, however. An absolute brilliant professional. He just took it, sucked it up, and then since he came back he's looked really good. And they've looked better, generally, with him there, because it's a settled group, a unit that knows each other. Kerkez will get the spot eventually. But that's not the first time they've tried to replace Robbo, by the way." Despite not being a fan of Slot's decision, Nevin did praise the Dutchman for seeing the error of his ways and restoring Robertson back into the starting lineup. "But Kerkez will get that job, because he's a good player, but it might take a little while," Nevin continued. "The fact is, he seemed to freeze so far on occasions, and you can't allow that. I'm convinced it was a bad idea to drop Robbo. And I'm convinced Arne Slot has realized that now. So well done, Slot, for figuring that out." In what was a huge summer of change for Liverpool, who said goodbye to the likes of Kevin Kelleher, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Luis Diaz and Darwin Núñez, Nevin admitted that the dropping of Robertson could be a stark reminder to Van Dijk that even his place in the team is not guaranteed. He explained, "Imagine if you're Liverpool and you've got a very successful group and you've just won the league, but you know you've got to change it, you've got to, football moves on. It's evolution, not revolution at that point. Don't throw in a revolution. Because when you do that, not only are you going to change the dynamic in the team, because you're going to drop important players, Trent Alexander-Arnold has gone, you're going to dump Andy Robertson, and Luis Diaz has gone, and you're bringing in Alexander Isak. And they're good players. But this is a massive difference. People think, well, is it because they're not playing well, they're not understanding each other? It's all those things. But I'll tell you something else. If you are Virgil van Dijk or someone like that, you'll look and think, am I next? You won't say it out loud, but you will think it. Ronald Koeman slams Virgil van Dijk and Liverpool teammate after roll-in goal. It was terrible. Netherlands boss Ronald Koeman didn't pull any punches with his side as he slammed their defensive efforts during the 1-1 draw with Poland on Friday. Liverpool trio Virgil van Dijk, Ryan Gravenberch and Cody Gakpo all started in Warsaw, with the visitors all but guaranteeing their spot at next year's World Cup thanks to Memphis Depay's second-hauled equalizer. With a 3-point lead and 13-goal advantage heading into their final qualifier against Lithuania on Monday, it would take a remarkable set of results to deny the Netherlands a place in the United States, Canada, and Mexico now. But it wasn't all that comfortable a night for the Dutch in Poland, and having found themselves 1-0 down at halftime after Jakub Kaminski's opener, it threatened to be a nervy end to their qualifying campaign. Van Dijk in particular has come in for some criticism for his part in Poland's goal, but it wasn't just the Liverpool captain who was the subject of Koeman's ire after the game. I watched the goal again, Koeman said, as per De Telegraaf. You're 5 against 2, and several players aren't doing what they're supposed to. Of course, they should never, ever score a goal from that. Things happen that simply shouldn't happen. It's not that one player is lacking. We're doing that here with 4 or 5 people, compared to 2. The Telegraph goes on to name the players seemingly at fault, with Van Dijk and Gravenberch among them, alongside Arsenal's Jurrien Timber and Sunderland's on-loan defender Lutgerald Geertruida. It was terrible. At this level, this shouldn't happen, Koeman added. If you get beaten by a move, okay. Or if you don't have enough players behind the ball. But actually, we have too many players behind the ball here. Maybe that's what it's all about, looking at each other to see who's going to go. Although it wasn't the best of performances from his side, Koeman can start to think about planning for next year's tournament, with even a defeat to Lithuania on Monday likely to see his side qualify automatically. Nevertheless, the Netherlands head coach was left concerned by his side's inability to break down Poland's low block. If you don't do things well yourself, it can be difficult. We sometimes looked for difficult solutions, instead of switching sides more quickly, Koeman said. You have to be more patient there and defend better in some moments. I don't think they had many chances, but apart from that goal, they had 2 great ones. And I don't think we did.